Hello investors, welcome back to the best stocks to buy in July 2020. This week we have 4 dividend paying stocks and 1 growth stock that I'm going to present to you. Without further ado, let's go into the video. This month, let's start with PepsiCo. So why is PepsiCo a buy in my opinion in July 2020? Well, let's start with the value of the stock. As you can see on the screen, I own 4 shares of them, which is the value of $536.32. You all know PepsiCo pretty much. It's the company that created Pepsi, but they also own so many different products that diversify their income and their revenue by quite a bit. So you can read right here, they own Frito-Lay, Gatorade, PepsiCo Cola, Quaker, Tropicana, and a lot of other products such as these ones, which make them one of the biggest company for consumers. They have a nice 3.10% dividend yield, which make them actually a pretty interesting company. For myself, if you don't know, I aim between 4 and 5% dividend, but with this company, I don't care if it's a little bit lower because they offer so much value, and I think in the future they'll grow just fine because of all this diversification they have and all the value they offer. So what's interesting about PepsiCo is that they own so many different things that the chances of them actually going bankrupt or of the stock losing value is pretty unlikely because they have so many different options for consumer, and they will actually create more in the future. That's why I aim to invest a lot into PepsiCo in the future also. Second on the list, we have Waste Management. I own 1 share of Waste Management, which is $105.66 at the moment. You can see I bought them actually today, so I get a little loss on them, but it's on the future that I'm aiming. So you can see if we look at the max graph, they are a little bit lower than the all-time high because of the corona situation, and I think they'll recover just fine because if you don't know this company, well, pretty much what they do is that they take care of waste. That's the name of the company, I know. You can find this company all over the US, and they actually take care of, I think it's 243 solid wasteland landfills, which is absolutely amazing, and they have such a monopoly over the whole waste sector that I think this company will do just great in the future because they're always expanding and going to new areas into the US. They pay a great 2.06 dividend payment, which is nice. As I just said before, it's a little bit lower than what I aim for, but I believe this company also has a value of growing into the future. Not only the dividend will grow, but also the value of the stock will grow quite a bit. So that's why I invested in them. And that's why I also only have 1 share because I prefer having dividend payments than the growth stocks. But this one is kind of mixing both, I believe. And as I just said before, they are not fully recovered from the dip of the corona situation. So it's a great time to actually buy them and have some little profit over the long term. Now, third stock would be Johnson & Johnson, and if you don't know them, well, it's actually a great company and it's one of their rare dividend king. It's better than Dividend Aristocrats. Dividend Aristocrats is when a company paid its dividend and increased them for over 25 years or plus, and a dividend king is when they've done this but with 50 plus years, which is absolutely insane. And if you look at Johnson & Johnson, you can see the value of the stock right now is $144. And actually, as I'm speaking right now, I'm gonna buy 2 shares of them because I believe this company will do great in the future. So without any further ado, let's go. 2 shares, review order, everything is good, let's go. Boom. 2 shares of Johnson & Johnson added to my portfolio. With a 2.81% dividend yield, this company is amazing. They have such a huge growth over the long term. It's been more than 50 years they paid the dividend and more than 50 years where they actually increased it every single time. They are into the healthcare sector, but they also offer other things such as consumer products and pharmaceutical products also. So I like this company because they are not only focusing onto one sector, they also diversify just as PepsiCo. As I just said before, they diversify into 3 different categories kind of things to do in their business. That's why they're so successful in my opinion. They have a PE ratio of about 52%, which is supposed to go up into the future because of the corona situation. They'll be actually a little bit higher than 60%, which is the safe spot for me. They'll be about 70% or so, or something like this, which is fine for me. I just don't want it to be too high, and since it's just a great company over the long term, I believe that the PE ratio will probably go down over the long term and that the value of the share will continue to grow and grow and grow, such as the earnings are growing each and every single year. You can see into the annual income statement, well, they have an 18.4% profit margin, which is huge, especially for such a big company which have billions and billions of revenue. They also have a really strong balance sheet, which makes me think that they are the company I want to invest in, especially into the healthcare sector right now. So this was the third stock, Johnson & Johnson. Next on the list, we have 3M. 3M is an amazing company such as Johnson & Johnson because they also are a dividend king. So they paid their dividend and increased it for 50 years or plus, which you can see is great, and they have a high dividend yield. In my opinion, it's pretty cool. They have a 3.69% dividend yield that is growing each year, that is getting consistent, and that is a really good company. You can see the price actually, if you compare the overall market of 3M, is actually not that high, and it's actually, in my opinion, a great time to buy 3M because, well, it's such a great company. If you look at the short term, why they didn't move down much in the last year. We're actually down 6.5%, which is great for new investors because 3M, yeah, dividend king, absolutely amazing value added to a portfolio when you add them. And you can see I actually own 2 shares of them for $300 and almost $20, which is great. Just as Johnson & Johnson, it's also a healthcare sector stock. So they focus on safety and industrial, transportation and electronics, healthcare and consumer. So they have a lot of diversification also into their business, and 3M, in my opinion, is a must-have stock if you want to invest into the long term in dividend stock. Last one on the list, and not least, it's actually Facebook. I know that I already presented Facebook in another video, but I believe that this company is just amazing. If you look at them, they don't pay a dividend yield. That's the only growth stock into this list that I'm going to show you. I don't own them myself. And as always, guys, I'm not a financial expert. I'm actually just giving my opinion on those stocks in which I believe will do great in the future. That doesn't mean they will do great in the future. So if you want to buy them, just be careful with your money. Always do your own research before you buy a share. So why is Facebook such a valuable growth stock? Well, if you don't know, they actually have billions of users every single month that are connecting to the app, and actually they give so much value to the internet overall, I believe. They make their money with ad revenue because they offer the Facebook ad platform, which makes people actually able to create their own advertising and target people in which they believe they will be interested into the product. And as I'm speaking, and every single day, more people are interested into this kind of marketing because it's kind of the future, you know? You are targeting people on the internet because of their interest, so you are way more likely to get clients. And I can assure you something, if you buy it right now, and in 10-20 years, you'll actually be so happy that you did it now and that you didn't wait to buy Facebook when the price will be higher and higher each year, in my opinion. Okay, so these were the 5 stocks to buy in July 2020. I hope you guys enjoyed. Go watch this video if you're interested in the topic of investing, and I'll see you guys in 1 week for the next video. Bye bye.